Hello, cheers my thrifting friends. Welcome back to my channel where we share all things thrifting, treasure hunting, decorating our homes with beautiful things. I am at a new thrift store today. I have never been here before. It's called Sushi's Thrift. It's a real interesting name. We are in Westfield. I don't know where I think the staircase is right here. So this is what it looks like. It's called Sushi's Thrift. I don't know if it'll be any good, but it looks like fun. And yeah, let's check it out. I don't know if the thrifting angels know about this place yet. Let's see if they do. Let's go inside and see if we can find something really cool. It's really sweet. It's cute. Let's check it out. Hi.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good, thanks.
Well, I got a big hello right when I walked in. I thought that was so nice. Here's a look at their clothing prices. Pretty good for a thrift store. I didn't spend too much time in the clothes because, as most of you know, I run my own consignment clothing boutique. It's got clothing, it's got vintage, new hardware stuff. I just had to show you, they had put a bunch of stuff on the shelf. Look at all that we get to dive into. That looks like a lot of fun. I can't wait. All right, here we go. So they had a mix of vintage and new all together. I mean, just like any other thrift store, just like a Goodwill or anything like that. So this was truly a place that you had to take your time and really hunt for treasures. Check out this glamour shot. She's beautiful, but probably from the 1990s right there, 1980s. That's an unbelievable, cool glamour shot. If you know, you know. Anyway, I'm looking through their art to see if I can find anything that would be cool for the store, cool for myself. And I'm over here in their mugs. You never know what you might find. Again, everything was all kind of mixed up together. This did not feel vintage enough for me. These I thought might be like a carnival glass, but they were not. They were modern. They were only $1 a piece though. Nice little vases. And I was hoping this might be vintage, but it really wasn't. But I love the color for the fall. And I thought that might be Lenox, but it wasn't. But look at this. This is Johnson Brothers. I love it. Rose chintz. I have a huge collection of this, only $1. Whenever I find these out anywhere, I grab them immediately. I was thrilled. I was absolutely thrilled to find a piece of a collection that I have quite a few pieces of. So that's amazing. Totally happy with that find. And yeah, now that I found that, I'm super motivated. You know how like when you find something really special to you, you suddenly just get this motivation and you're going to hunt through everything. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to look through all these pieces now. I wonder what else cool I can find. So yeah, that's what I was doing. Ooh, this is gorgeous. They wanted $5 for this, but made in China. So we're going to pass, but that was a reasonable price. I mean, their prices were really good. Definitely in the thrift store range, totally worth it. Worth the hunt, I should say. I didn't really think that things were super overpriced. I thought they were very reasonable. So yeah, this mug was cool. I was thinking about this for the store. I wish there had been a few of them, just a singleton like that. The only kind of singletons I can sell are pottery. But check this out. This is one of those creature cups. I've definitely seen these before. I considered it, but because it's off season, if it had been in the summer, I should have picked it up just to store it away, but I'm not really feeling storing inventory too much anymore. So I did leave it, but it was cool. It was definitely cool. So yeah, I'm just perusing all of this to see if anything kind of jumps out at me as being a very cool vintage piece. This was cool. This was definitely Bavaria, Germany. So this was a vintage casserole kind of dish, serving dish, but it was very faded. If the design had been really vivid and not so faded away, I would have definitely considered that. Lots of false graft they had, but look at this. Haviland, a whole set for $20, but here's the catch, you guys. Obviously, you're going to be like, Diane, did you buy this set? I mean, why? I I did not, but I did buy some pieces out of it, and I will show you in my haul. Unfortunately, what you can't see in here is that more than half of it was broken. So it's a miracle I didn't slice my hand open, because more than half of it was all shattered inside. So the lady was so apologetic. She was so sad. And I'm like, don't worry, nothing, no harm, no foul. But she took the box immediately off the selling floor, but let me pick out of it what I wanted. So yeah, I'll show you guys what I got. But yeah, so I am still, so now I found two things that I'm like, okay, so this has got some legit vintage mixed in with just modern stuff. And yeah, you have to really hunt for it. So I have not sold the brass kind of colonial plate that I have in my store yet. So I didn't pick up these because the one I have has not moved. And I was hoping it was going to be a thing again, because I have definitely seen it featured on like Instagram and stuff, but nobody's buying the trend. All right, I really wanted this Mozart to match. I already have Chopin, but he was $5. I don't know. And he was like a really light plastic. I left him. But these ceramic pie weights made in England. I mean, the English Bake Off. I'm feeling it. I love it. I should have got those. They were such a whimsical, cool thing. This was an old car, an old Mercedes-Benz. I used to drive Mercedes-Benz. I don't anymore. I'm not a corporate girly anymore. Oh, this angel, at first I thought, oh, cute. But then I'm looking at her going, this is a really provocative pose for an angel. I don't know. That didn't look right. I'm not judging. I'm just saying it didn't look quite right. They did have linens. And yeah, I did go through them. I didn't really get too much on video because I didn't really have anything vintage or old, but they definitely had some old artwork. So let me get my camera focused back on the artwork. I don't know. I was doing a very bad cinematographer job today, but look at this vintage, old, really big living room painting. That was really cool for this time of year. I'm surprised they didn't have that hanging up in the store. Isn't that weird, the way people donate like super personal collages and stuff? That's weird. I think I would destroy that. I wouldn't donate it. But looky here. I have bought and sold this print a couple of times, and here I am finding it again. Only this time I found its sister. So they actually came as a collection. I usually only find this one, this first one, the little girl with all the geese. I have sold that before. They go for good money online, but I don't sell online. I only sell to the local market. And unfortunately, they had $6 on each one of these. And I will only pay like up to $4 for them, because I only can sell them for like about 8 or 9. So yeah, I couldn't double my money on this, so I did leave them. But they're super cute. They were cute. All right, they do have a downstairs, so beware that this is definitely not a handicap access place. This stairwell is kind of steep, and it's a double stairwell, so hang on to the railing for this one. Oh yeah. I was like, oh God, I got to hang on to the railing here. I don't want to fall. So, but they do have a whole lower level, and it was packed. It was chock full. Look at this. But this is a thrift store with everything. So these are all like beauty products and, health and beauty, lots of bits and bobs. So you're going to have to kind of just look at everything. Everything's mixed together. I mean, look, they have silver plate mixed in with health and beauty. So anyway, this was a porridge bowl. Yeah, a child's porringer, as they're called. They wanted $3 for this. I mean, they sell for pretty good online. I didn't pick it up, but yeah, that was a great pickup if you're a vintage reseller and you sell all kinds of different stuff. That would be an excellent online sale item because it's super easy to ship. So they only had one of those pottery chalices, so I did leave it. And again, I'm just going through. This is a real hunting expedition. This is all mixed in, all thrown together. There wasn't a lot of super organization to it, so you had to really look. Every shelf had a mixture of all different kinds of stuff. So this I kind of regret missing. There was 2 of them, and they're actually worth a lot. They were these brass like drama comedy masks, theater masks. I should have grabbed them. They were only 3 a piece, and I didn't look them up then and there. I just kind of went with my gut thinking, these don't really have a mass appeal, so I left them. These were cool, although I'm not really seeing the Apple trend take off. I had read online that it was going to be a big trend, but I don't really see. I mean, I have sold my Apple stuff, but I'm not gonna risk any more. So I left those. It wasn't an easy sell. They definitely sat, but they did all sell eventually. But yeah, I left the Apple stuff. I cannot tell you what fun this was to look through all these different super mysterious shelves filled with all different stuff, more Apple stuff. I was like, wow, you gotta really look because this is all mixed up. I did find one piece of milk glass. I think they just wanted a couple dollars for it, but it wasn't anything too special, so I definitely left that behind. But it was fun just to see they had a piece of milk glass, $2. Fun. In case you're just starting a collection, that was a good piece to start with. I did like this lamp, but I know this is British pounds, but it's super equivalent to dollars, so it wasn't worth much more than what they had on it, and it didn't have a shade, so I left it. But it was very pretty. Didn't even have its harp, actually, so that was pretty overpriced for what it was. And I was looking for anything modern as well. If I could find modern things, I would definitely pick them up. This was a beautiful glass piece. I found this online for sure. It's an, it says vintage, but I see a barcode there, so I don't really know how old it is, but it was a very pretty piece of glass. If you collect Murano style glass and you like elephants, that was perfect. Ooh, look at that mermaid. She's cute. These were Guardian Angel vintage wall plaques, probably made in Italy, something like that. But that's what these were. They were really beautiful. I left them because they're very specific, but they were an interesting find. I did leave them though. Another elephant, if that's what you're into. He was, I think $5 there, $2.50. I don't know. That went by too fast. I couldn't read it. Sorry. Lots of little animal figurines. This was a pretty pottery piece. I didn't grab it. It was only $3. It was very reasonable. Definitely a hobbyist piece, but I think just the color wasn't really. I should have probably grabbed it. It would have been a good filler piece for the store, and it was pretty inexpensive. But anyway, let's look at their furniture. So I was really hoping for some small furniture, but this little plant stand with the grapes was $12. So that's what I would ask for it in my store. So I left that. These are all mercury glass, big candle stands. I just left those. I don't really have a big market for those. I don't know. Mercury glass doesn't really sell that well for me. I guess because it's very saturated at TJ Maxx, Marshalls. But this was cool. This was a little wine table. They did want $10 for this. I hemmed and hawed. I think I picked it up and it was like super lightweight. So I guess I was just feeling like I didn't feel the quality was there. And it was a little smaller than what you're seeing in the pictures there from a local marketplace. Facebook Marketplace listing. So I did leave that. This was cool too. I would have been more inclined to grab this. This was like a child's bench or a step stool, but it was super heavy. Super heavy. It was kind of cool actually. I think that would have sold a lot easier in my store, but at $10, I mean, I didn't think it was worth it.
That was interesting. I don't know if I would be back, but I found amazing stuff in there, but I think it's just because I'm probably the only one in there looking for what I was looking for. So I'll show you what I got when I got home. It's not a big haul at all, but it's stuff that I collect that I love, but they only had like a little bit of vintage things. It was mostly like newer stuff and just kind of thrown around. So no shade, just saying. I'm totally shocked that I found what I found, but I think I'm probably the only one that was looking for stuff like that. But anyway, it was fun to check it out. So yeah, I had fun, and let's get on home. I'll show you what I got. All right, you guys, I am back from shopping and I had a lot of fun. It's a really cute store. I don't know if it's got enough of, if you're looking for vintage and stuff like that, to, fill a cart or anything like that, but it's definitely a really cute store, a really cute stop. I think I would add it to a rotation of places to go to. Yeah, if you're out thrifting a lot and stuff like that. But let me show you what I got. So they wrapped it up really good. So if you do buy anything breakable, they go ahead and wrap it with bubble wrap, which I think is amazing. But yeah, I grabbed this beautiful picture. This is the Friendly Village from, I believe, Johnson Brothers. Yep, Friendly Village. I paid $4 for this. This is awesome. I love it. I don't actually have the full collection of this, but I have quite a bit of pieces that have the same from Johnson Brothers with this type of brown transfer wear design, but oh, this is such a lovely piece. And for those of you that do collect the Johnson Brothers Friendly Village pattern, this would be an amazing find for you to add to your collection. These pictures are not easy to find, and at $4 I was super thrilled to find this. So I might as well just go through all the China pieces that I picked up first, and you guys saw me grab this. I do have a very large collection of this pattern. Again, this is Johnson Brothers. It's called Rose Chintz. And I believe I paid $1 for this piece. So I do have other bowls of this size in my collection. So this is perfect. I love it. I still can't get over, many videos ago, I was at the Salmon Brook shops, I believe in Granby, Connecticut, and they had a full tea set. And it's what I'm missing. The only thing I'm really missing that I don't have one piece of in this pattern are the teacups and the teapot. And they had the whole thing, but it was like $200. It was crazy. So yeah, I grabbed this. And you guys also saw me grab, you saw the box. All right, here's the story on the box. So the box was a full bunch of pieces of this Limoges, this Haviland Limoges pattern that you guys saw. But when I went to put my hand in it, I swear, grace of God, I didn't slice my hand because like over half of the box, the pieces were broken. They're like eggshells and they were just shattered in there. And I was shocked. I was like, oh my God, these are all like broken. And the only pieces that really, the full set of them, like there were cups in there, but like half of them were broken. They were dishes, half of them were broken. They had some bowls, half of them were broken. So the only thing that wasn't broken that she had, were the butter pats that were sitting right on top. So I did grab, let's see, I have 4 here and 5 here. So I have 9 butter pats from this pattern. So let's get a close-up of what that pattern looks like. Let me get my finger off of there. There we go. It is a very pretty, delicate, lovely pattern. The covers for these butter pats weren't there. It was just the butter pats. But so she just sold me the butter pats for $3. I'm like, oh, that's awesome. So I'm keeping them. It's for my own personal collection. I have quite a big collection of Limoges already. And if you are a collector of Limoges, you'll know that they mix and match really well together. So if you have the pink flowers, or you have this more of like a lime green color, or just the whole vibe of Limoges, you can have different patterns and they definitely mix and match together. So I am going to keep these butters. I'm going to use them on my own table setting. They were so delicate and beautiful, but I can totally see how they broke so easily, and it was such a shame. All right, so the last dinnerware China piece that I grabbed from the Sushi Thrift store was just this very simple, elegant pattern. It's not any kind of real collectible brand. And I paid like $2 for all. So I got 4. I got a stack of 4 of these, just 4. And the reason why I got them is because they are super elegant and simple. You know, these are really simple. And my idea is to sort of use them as underplates for any type of setting that I want to do, that I just want a simple, elegant gold plate underneath a bigger plate. I have gold salad plates, but I don't have gold rimmed dinner plates. So that's why I wanted them. And I just wanted to show you, like, for example, for Christmas, like I don't want a specific Christmas set. I don't like storing things. So I'd like to use things that can go multiple ways. So I'm hoping that I can make a really pretty Christmas table with my Bird of Paradise red pieces, like on top of this gold with my gold or red. I have red wine glasses. I have red crystal wine glasses and, you know, table linens. I think I can make a Christmas table come together real pretty with this. So just an example. And I think I can use them as an underplate for some of my pink Limoges for an Easter table. And I can use them for a New Year's Eve table. I'll just put my gold my gold salad plates on top of that, like all gold. Anyway, I thought they were a basic and they were super inexpensive. And I'm going to get a lot of use out of these. Speaking of glass, before we move on, I want to say a special thanks to Kathy. She is a viewer of mine, a subscriber, and she visited my store and brought me this beautiful piece of black glass. I absolutely love this, Kathy. Thank you so much for bringing this into me. She brought this into me, I think like last week. I had already had a couple of videos pre-recorded, so I'm not able, now is the first opportunity I'm getting to say thank you so much in person to her, other than obviously when she came in my store. But yeah, she drove up and wanted to check out my store and the flea market next to me. And she brought me this little gift, and it is only my third piece of black glass. I have had no luck finding black glass out as collector for thrifting. I probably would just find it at an estate sale or an antique mall. But anyway, I really love this piece. I'm going to add it to my collection. I am so grateful and thankful that Kathy brought this to me, and I love it. Thank you so much, Kathy. All right, and then I picked up a couple just little bits and bobs to sell in the store. So all these things I'm going to bring in the store for sale. And first would be this little stained glass piece. It's just like a little angel with, it looks like a little bag of flowers, but these are very popular. I don't know if they're called sun catchers still or just pieces, stained glass pieces, but I definitely sell these when I get these in my store. So I'm going to bring this to my store. And then I bought this grouping of 3 little vintage scenes in these wood round frames. So yeah, they're just here. I'll show them to you one at a time. I only literally paid 50 cents a piece for these. That's crazy. So there's this one. What a cute little thing to add to a gallery wall. I think these would go amazing in somebody's gallery wall. There's that one. Yep, they're like real wood round frames. And then there's this one. They're all just depictions of different farmhouses, I think, or English cottage houses. I didn't look them up, but they sure are pretty. They're really traditional. I really love them. And yeah, I think that these would be perfect for like a bookcase or a little gallery wall, all those little spaces that you need. And you know what else I've seen people do with these is they put magnets on the back of them, and they put these as their refrigerator magnets in their kitchen to decorate their refrigerator in a more vintage vibe. I think that's an awesome idea for these. Yeah, that would be an awesome idea to make these into refrigerator magnets. I also found this really, really sweet and charming sampler. This little cross-stitch sampler's got the alphabet and your numbers and a little schoolhouse. It says DME 1951, so that's definitely vintage. I absolutely love this. This is so charming. I mean, it's charming just for anybody's farmhouse primitive decor, or it would be especially charming in a little kid's room. Obviously, it would be super cute. But I figured maybe we're still in that back to school vibe. Somebody might grab this for some kind of back to school decor that they're doing in their house, and I absolutely love it. All right, so the last thing I picked up from Sushi Thrift was this really interesting and different, look, he's even got a nose ring. It's like a bull. I don't know if this is cast iron or bronze, but it's like a, I'm going to say maybe it's too big to be for like change or keys or something. I don't know. I'm not quite sure. It's a trivet of some kind, because the back of it, I'll show you the mark on the back. And it does have like little feet here that you would, that keeps it off the table. So maybe it's some kind of trivet. I'm not quite sure what this is used for, but I thought it's really cool and I love it. I absolutely love it. It's got the little nose ring, and here's the detail of its head. But yeah, this is a really cool, unique piece. I cannot wait to add this to my store, and I'm sure someone is going to find this and think it's super cool and want to add it to their collection. All right, so we are in Farmington today, visiting John's parents. And I always love showing you guys the places that we stop. This is called Hind Farm, Farmington Farm Truck. Hind Farm. It's a really, really, really sweet place that has plants and produce. And yeah, oh my goodness, it is so cool. I'm going to join John in there, but I just wanted to show you guys the outside. It looks like this beautiful English countryside plant stand. It's really gorgeous. Look at the view out there. Stunning.
Have a great day.
Come to our festival this weekend if you're around.
Oh yeah, I've seen that. Yeah, next weekend. Yep. It's what kind of music do you guys have?
It's a mix, but Americana, local artists.
Cool.
It's a lot of fun.
That's awesome. Craft beer too. You guys look craft beer. Not to be missed. That was fun.
It's always a nice place to stop.
Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah, I showed the view out there. It's really beautiful. You guys, look at this old truck. John and I have a tradition. We actually take a picture usually every year in front of this thing. I have a picture from last year. If I find it, I'll insert it. We always try to get like a couple pumpkins here. And just like, this is so great for anybody who wants to like take a picture for Instagram or something. It's like that they set it up like totally picture perfect. Super cute. All right, we're off to John's folks' house. Off we go. Wow, so this is what John's parents' tomato plants ended up growing like. Holy smokes. It's a tomato jungle in here. So this is crazy. Look at it. So they, as you recall, had grow boxes. And yeah, they're drowning in tomatoes. This is how many tomatoes they got this year. So clearly we'll be taking a few of these home with us, but look how many more they have left to ripen too.
And a row of tomatoes.
Ooh, this is their pepper plants.
Right away, like 4 tomatoes died.
Wow.
So I replaced them with
So they've had quite a few. These are fryer tomatoes, as they've had quite a, sorry, peppers. These are fryers.
So
Look at the vine too.
those two,
The vine is just growing like a jungle. It's reaching out.
animals.
It says, you know what? I want to grow up this this tomato plant. Wow. What a successful year for tomatoes. What a great crop they got here. Just in grow boxes right on their patio. That's amazing.
Lights over there.
That is awesome. All right, so today is the day. I think we are looking at our final tomato harvest. I think we got a really good amount of tomatoes this year, just for home growing. I think there's a lot going on here. I think we have enough to hopefully fill up these jars. We've got about 6 or so quart jars and then 4 or 5 pint jars. But the pint jars, John's going to also be making some hot pepper sauce, I believe, right?
Just some hot sauce. Yep.
Some hot sauce. All right. So we're just going to do some more diced tomatoes. Show you guys again how to do it. We might change it up and put a few more different things in the jars. But yeah, we basically use the diced tomatoes as like a soup starter or like a base for any kind of a crock pot meal you might do. So we're not making sauce. We're making like stewed tomato, diced tomato type soup starter. So let's get going. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna dice up all of these tomatoes. We've got this container. We've got a really big basket right here full of tomatoes. So first thing is to wash and cut all of them up. We're just gonna start putting them in this bowl right there, but we definitely have more than what's gonna fit in that bowl. So we'll have to do this a couple times.
delicious. So we have cut up about half of our tomatoes. So there's the first batch that we've diced up. I'm gonna start a second bowl. This is what I've got left to cut. And yeah, and we've got our brine mixture pretty much underway. Again, that's water, a lot of fresh herbs, tomato paste, salt. Himalayan salt is best. And now we're gonna add a little bit of garlic to it as well. So that's what we're gonna pour over the tomatoes in our jars. So I gotta get cracking. I got half more of these to still dice up. All right, you guys, so this is the fun part. It's end of season growing, and we thought we would actually show you an example of each one of the tomatoes. We have them all here on our cutting board. So fun fact, we actually live near, I don't know if it's a famous tomato farm, but we live near a pretty big organic farm called Red Fire Farm. And every year before their barn literally burnt down, super sad story, they would have a big tomato festival. And we have all of our tomatoes all out on this one cutting board. Their whole barn would be covered with cutting boards, and they'd have one variety on each cutting board, all sliced out, and you could try them, and it was really fun. So we're kind of copying them, and that's why we're doing it this way. All right, but anyway, these are all the different varieties that we grew. So John is he's the one that did all the tomato starts and did all the work. So I'm just gonna show them to you. He's gonna talk us through what they are. We'll cut them open so you can see what they look like. But we're gonna start with the big babe. What's this one, babe?
That's a Rutgers tomato.
So what is that, an heirloom?
It's an heirloom tomato.
You know anything?
And just like the name says, Rutgers is from New Jersey, probably developed by that university.
Okay.
I believe this is a Rutgers as well.
Very cool. All right, so we're gonna slice them right down the middle. That's what they do in the, and that's what the inside of it looks like. Wow. So this isn't a sauce tomato, right? This is more just like a slicing tomato?
Well, here's the thing. They don't really, you can see it's a very meaty tomato, but it's known for its outstanding flavor. So
all right.
I wouldn't grow them particularly for sauce, but I would add them to my sauce. Just to
Well, there you go. Let's give it a
make
try.
them nice and
Are they
tasty.
supposed to be sweet, or I just put a little salt on the thing and we can just dip it in?
Okay.
That's how they did it at the Red Fire Farm. They would just like salt the board and you could just wipe it through. It's awesome. It's like a wine tasting, only it's a tomato tasting. Super light, sweet. It was good. All right. All right, let's do this yellow one. So what's this one?
That's a hybrid yellow tomato called Bendita. It's I think it's an heirloom tomato too, actually.
It's the bottom of it.
But I haven't grown that before. I just tried that this year. Bendita hybrid.
Bendita hybrid. All right. That's what that looks like, sliced open.
My father really liked those.
Have you guys ever tried a yellow tomato? Comment below if you have ever tried a yellow tomato. They're not nearly as acidic. So if you're somebody who has trouble with the acid of a tomato, these might be an option for you. They're definitely...
That's how I'm familiar with them. Is my aunt had stomach problems, and growing up, we always grew yellow tomatoes for her.
Yeah, you can tell instantly. So if I were to like make it what it's like, to me it tastes almost like the inside of a grape without too much sweetness. So like not as sweet of a grape, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, they're always they don't have the acidity, so all you're ever gonna get is the fruity flavor or the sweetness, whichever the variety has most of them.
Yep, tastes just like a grape. All right, so the next one just looks like a regular garden type tomato. I don't know, like it just looks like it looks like the kind you buy in the supermarket.
Well, like I said, I think this is a Rutgers as well.
Oh, this is a
This
Rutgers?
guy just grew really well.
Yeah.
But they're probably off the same plant.
You think so? Oh, all right. Oh, but that's what the inside of this one looks like. It's good. It's a very meaty one. It has hardly any seeds, so you can just see like only like a little bit of seeds on one half of it, but you get a lot of tomato for your I don't want to say money. All right, so what's this yellow plum tomato?
That's this year's mystery tomato.
Okay, mystery.
So I bought seeds for 10 fingers of Naples plum tomato, which is what these two are.
I gotcha.
And when I grew them,
These two. These are 10 fingers of Naples.
One of them was not like the others.
Which one is
we'll
not
never
like
know
the
what
other?
this tomato is.
So that's the thing when you have your own starts. So this you're thinking maybe the seeds got mixed. Like
It happens. I mean,
where did you get your seeds from?
I want to say that I got those from Rainier Seeds.
Rainier Seeds.
But I've purchased plants before, and the plant ended up not matching the tag.
Okay.
It's way better if it's just the one seed that didn't match the packet.
So here's the inside of those. That's what they look like inside. So this is a big part of what we're canning today is mostly these 10 fingers of Naples.
They're a paste tomato, but they produce way more fruit than San Marzano does.
Yep. And then this tomato, is this the same as this one? These two yellow ones are the same, or this is different? Oh no, that's different. It's got the...
When you look at the bottom of this one, it blushes.
There you go. So this one's different than this one. So we already showed you the bottom. Like that's just yellow all the way down, all the way in the back. This one has like a tie-dye look to it.
And that's what it is. It's the Berkeley tie-dye orange tomato.
Yeah, it's a tie-dye orange tomato. So let's see.
Berkeley tie-dye orange tomato.
Let's see if the inside is also tie-dye. Oh, it is, you guys. That's so cool. Look it. I didn't know that. I had no... I'm excited just to see them too. Look how cool that is. Yeah, it's got a little stripe of rosy tomato. And the outside is also striped. That is so cool. All right, so is this one supposed to be a sweet one or?
Yeah, it's a yellow tomato, but it just has a little bit of red in it to give it a little bit of acidity.
Here, you can have the red stripe part. I'll do the yellow part. That's good. All right, so the last few we have, one is not fully ripe, but it's the only example we have of it because we didn't have any here.
I gave all of them to my dad.
So he didn't,
and he loves them.
and he loved them so much. We were there yesterday. I have some footage before this. I'm showing us there. You can see his what we call tomato jungle. But this is the only one he didn't have anything ripe. So we're just showing you what it looks like. It's not ripe yet, obviously. What's the name of this one, babe?
That's Anna Russian.
Anna Russian.
And you can see it's an ox heart tomato.
Why do they call them ox heart?
Because they're really heavy up here and then they taper to a point.
Okay. So they call them ox heart because of the shape of it. You can see it going down to the point. But this is what they look like. These are a super meaty tomato, at least in this unripened state. They look mostly meat without a lot of seeds.
That's what he was saying. He was saying that there's like 4 seeds in each one.
Yeah. So that's amazing. We're sad we didn't get any.
There's always next year. That's the point of
Always
gardening.
next year. Yep, that's the point.
I gave them to him. He loved them. And next year we'll grow them here.
All right, and then the last ones that we have are these cherry tomatoes. So we did grow our own cherry tomatoes this year. So these ones...
And we bought the plants.
Oh, we bought the plants, right?
Yeah, next year we'll grow our own.
So these were just like, these almost look like tie-dye ones too.
That's Brad's Atomic Grape.
Brad's Atomic Grape. These were good. We had a couple of them. See what the inside looked like. They weren't like super prolific. I'm not going to lie. They weren't like super prolific, but that's what the inside looks like. And then what was this one?
Black Strawberry.
Black Strawberry. I think I picked this one out. I think I was interested to see. Now, this one isn't ripe. These really take a long time to ripe. Normally, cherry tomatoes ripen really quickly, but this did not. And it is already September 8th, and they're still not ripe. They didn't make it for ripening too quickly, but... All right, you guys. Well, I hope you guys had fun looking at all the different varieties that we grew. It's a lot of fun. We had a lot of success this year. We've had a lot of years where it's been like, not good and nothing to our fault. Just, just like any other thing with weather, it's out of your control. But for the lack of apples that are coming in, we did get a lot of tomatoes. So we have to be happy with what we have. Mm-hmm. And now, break over, we have to can all of this. All right, well, that is everything that I have for you guys today. I know that this was a short, quick haul, but that's okay. It's always fun to check out a new thrift store. And hey, it's a success if you can even find a couple really good pieces when you're shopping for thrift at a new store. So again, I was at Sushi Thrift in Westfield, Massachusetts, and I highly recommend. I had a really nice time, and most of all, the staff was super friendly, super nice, and they had a little bit of everything. So I'm sure there's something there that you could find as well that you would love. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Make sure you subscribe if you want to see more of my content. I definitely try to upload 2 times a week with more thrifting adventures and styling inspiration, as well as home projects with my husband and my family. We love doing things the old school traditional way. So if you love old school type of homekeeping, we do a lot of that kind of stuff too. And yeah, thanks so much for watching. I hope the thrifting angels are super good to you and you find amazing stuff while you're out there thrifting. And I'm gonna see you again real soon.